Hello everybody, I'm Nate and welcome to my channel. Oh man, it is a gorgeous day out here in Central Ohio. Today we have a review for you. This is from Lathed Back Designs. Not too long ago I reviewed the Bangarang, which was their first yo-yo here. And I brought this one up just because I'm not going to do a lot of comparison, but I love their cases. Their 3D printed cases are really cool, and this one's no exception. But yeah, this was the Bangarang. The one that we're reviewing today is the LaGrange, which I took French, so that's how I'm gonna say it. All right, and it's from Canada. I don't know how much, you know, everyone speaks French there, right? So yeah, this is the LaGrange. We're gonna talk about that, so let's get into it. First off, you know, before I open it up here, this is the casing for it. Really nice and kind of like slim, very sleek casing. It kind of slides open just like so. So it has branded on here, by the way. Let me get a closer look here. So I have branded on here LaGrange and Lathed Back Designs there. Now, I'm not sure, is that like a topographic map or something like that? I think that's what I was looking up. LaGrange, and first thing that popped up was a ZZ Top song, so I'm not sure if that's the inspiration here. I don't think so. He did mention too that and actually, like the original one, there was like a hidden sort of bearing tool removal. This one is on the lid, so if you pull it out here, it's got a little pin there, and you can use that to remove the bearing. So it is an A-size bearing. Oh, and it's number 12, and it is signed on the back here on the lid. So these are limited. These are a titanium, just like the original, the Bangarang was, but it's a different shape, but quite a few similarities. Before we get into like the full like design and everything, let me talk about everything that comes in the packaging and the box and all that. So I've already talked about, oh, there's one of the bearings. I've already talked about the casing here. It's really cool. It has that, you know, has kind of a hidden bearing tool in there. It comes with a blank. So if you want to play completely fixed axle, you have this little, and it's anodized as well, this nice purple. So I don't know if it comes in any other colors, but they do anodize in house. That's kind of fun. I don't know if that caught there is very tiny, sorry. And in the case, I noticed we have like this little like slot here. You see that? That fits really nicely in there. Now only one bearing fits in there, so you can have one in the yo-yo and one spare. So if you want to switch it out, put it in the case and have all that ready to go. What I like about this case compared to the Bangarang is presentable as the Bangarang was, and it was kind of novelty. It kind of had that like boombox sort of feel. You can have the yo-yo in complete form and just drop it in there, which is nice. So that way it's a little bit more accessible. To put it back in the Bangarang, to put it back in the case, you had to take it apart, and each half kind of had its own category, and it was a little bit of a challenge to get out. So this, I like this a little bit better. It's just a little more practical. The other one's cooler, right? But this one's more practical. You could switch this out, by the way. You could use this case probably for this one as well. I haven't done so, but I'm pretty sure you could. The other thing it comes with, and I have it currently laced up with this one, this is a concave A bearing, so that's completely unresponsive. And then we also have a slim one, so if you want to play, you know, responsive, modern responsive, but not completely fixed axle, you could do that as well. Again, 3 options here for the bearings. We have a slim, a fixed axle blank, as well as a completely unresponsive setup as well. So then we have the base here of this, and then we have 2 rings that clip onto this. And now with the Bangarang, it came with these wings as well, but they were 3D printed. Now this will work with the whole system. So the Bangarang and now the LaGrange will work with these, you know, systems here. So these ones here are not 3D printed. They're palm or Delrin plastic. And so they've been, you know, kind of dyed as well. So this one has the white base and kind of a brownish, you know, kind of brown gray kind of tint to it. I really like that a lot. They come in a number of different ones. So this has the, and they have just an O-ring, this option here. So if you want to go like, you know, not that slim, small, undersized, you know, kind of thing, now you have a full range, you know, more performance focused design. and the ones I've been kind of gravitating to personally because it is just kind of unique, you have inverse rings. So you now have a imperial shape that you can pop these on, and they do go on really easily. I appreciate that, and they're pretty tight. You'd have to hit this pretty hard off the ground maybe to pop these, and I have yet to have that experience. So this kind of gives you a slimline look and a imperial shape. I like that look a lot. Let's go and actually play it, see how it plays on the string. We're going to start with this one. This is the unresponsive version of that. We'll switch out the bearings and all that, and give you a couple of different options as far as how you can actually play this yo-yo when you get it. All right, so let's go play it. All right, welcome back to the on the string section with the LaGrange by Lathed Back Designs. I have it laced up here with the imperial design here, so much thinner gap here. It's even of a challenge to kind of just hit a normal trapeze, especially if I'm talking. But it's kind of a fun challenge, and it's definitely the more pocket-friendly version of this. You know, I could put this in a bag or put this even in one of the new pouches, right, that I've been talking about. You know, it's definitely going to fit in a pocket really easily, and it's going to be a nice kind of just slim, you know, carry around. Now, you could, if you wanted to swap this out for, you know, the bearing and swap it out for a responsive play or fixed axle play, this would be a good candidate for that too. With the same design, I'm going to go ahead and keep the unresponsive bearing in there and go and swap out the ones for the wing style. All right, so now I have the butterfly, you know, style wings here. Kind of gives it a little bit of an H shape. Definitely gives it more of a full-size feel as well, and so a little bit more performance focused. Yeah, spin times are okay. You know, those Delrin rings aren't going to give it a lot of rim weight because they're lighter than the titanium body, but it does okay. It's not going to be a spin time killer by any means, but stability is okay too, you know. It does have those spikes, so you can matador. That wasn't a great example of it, but you could do that. You could do pull starts. You could, you know, pull it up for finger spins, that kind of stuff. They're quite sharp. They're not too sharp that it's cutting into my finger, rather, but it gets the job done, and you can do whatever you want with that. So that's kind of fun. Again, a nice sort of feature that is functional. I had the same experience with, you know, the Bangarang, just a fun yo-yo. Not necessarily a yo-yo for everybody, and I would say this is not a company that's for everybody either. They're going to make more high-end precision yo-yos that are going to be a little bit past some people's budget, right? But if you're looking for a titanium yo-yo, right, especially if you collect titanium yo-yos, you're going to like this one. And it's just a really good, just kind of pocket-friendly yo-yo, really small, very small profile, and you have all these options with the rims as well if you want to go with that. Let's actually play it without any of the rings, and then we'll switch out some of the bearings. And it's very capable. You know, I like the fact that they went with a size bearing with this, because that's a must. All right, now I still have the Prestige string with this. I would maybe recommend a thinner string. It does come with some, but I didn't put that in there because I just like my string. But it works okay, right? But maybe thinner string, and I would also maybe recommend shortening your string just a little bit as well, so there's just a lot less string in the gap. But yeah, it works just fine, and it's very capable. You know, if you want to just have this, you know, you would probably put it in a pocket and it would disappear. You probably wouldn't even realize it's there, or you can even put it in that watch pocket there, that fifth pocket. So anyways, I like that feel a lot, and you know, it's very capable, like I said, and you can still kind of mess around with that as a very complete and, you know, very capable yo-yo still for a mini. We're going to go ahead and switch out the bearing now. I'm actually going to only play with the blank, which it gives it that fixed axle feel, because we probably already know what the slimline bearing will do and how that's going to feel. So I'm more curious what the fixed axle design is going to play like. So let's go ahead and do that now. I'm going to go ahead and use the bearing removal tool here that's built onto the lid and see how well that works there. That's kind of a fun function. I would make sure that you're holding it close to the actual tool though, because if you're holding back here, you're probably going to snap the lid in the plastic. So, okay. It works. I would probably use a different tool if you have one, but it's nice that it's built into the case. It's functional, but I would be a little bit worried over time for it kind of maybe snapping the plastic It is a little bit tight getting off of there too, but that's to be expected. Okay, my goodness, it's very tight on there. I'm gonna worry about that later. Again, we're using the blank here. Now, it doesn't seem like you need a different size axle with it. It only came with the one axle, and that seems just fine there. I like the purple there. It looks really nice. I like the fact that they went ahead and anodized that blank as well. It's kind of cool. Nice little touch. You know, lots of details in this, and I appreciate that, you know, it seems like everything's kind of thought through. Now, this is gonna be a challenge with this small design. I'm gonna go ahead and, oh my goodness. I'm gonna try to start it up. All right, that's gonna be, so let's go ahead and actually put the imperial shaped rims on there and see how that plays with that. I do appreciate how easy it is to pop these rims on and take them off, and they do seem to stay pretty well on there. And there you go. Yeah, really, that's nice. That just feels like, you know, an old school, you know, feel, you know. It's not gonna sleep very long. If you want just a yo-yo, just to kind of just do gravity pull, do, you know, just some basic, you know, fixed axle play, this is gonna be it. All right, so here are your options, right? You could have your fixed axle option like I have right now. You can have the imperial shape. You could have it without any rings. You could also have the butterfly rings. You could have the half spec bearing, so you could have a modern responsive, right? So it's gonna spin longer. You could have it blank, right, obviously. You could also have it with the imperial. You could also have it with the wings, you know, the butterfly rings, and then you could also have it completely unresponsive to give you more of a modern unresponsive feel. And you could have it this setup here with the imperial rings, you could have it without rings, and you could also have it with the butterfly. So you see what I'm saying here? You have lots of options here. I'm not going to take the time to do every single one. Honestly, I would probably, for my personal preferences, either have it completely unresponsive with the butterfly rings, right? Because I like that feel, or I'd have it like this, what I have it right now, which is the fixed axle blank with the imperial rings. I like that feel a lot, and it's just fun. Another really just unique and cool win here from Lathed Back Design. So this is LaGrange, and that's gonna do it for now. Until the next one, later.